why we assess our patients, right? Young and old. These are painful. Even if they have sensation issues, when you start getting into muscle and tendon and bone, these hurt, right? These are painful things. Okay, so those are your 4 stages. You guys need to know these. You need to be able to classify these stages. Okay? So let's talk about slough versus eschar. So when we look at a wound, all right, we can kind of determine what's going on in that wound based on what we see in that wound. So if you see granulation tissue is red, moist, fresh tissue. That means you're healing, right? We're trying to build tissue back up. We're trying to make new blood vessels. That's why it's so red. We're making those new blood vessel paths. We're trying to restore that. We're regranulating. We're healing. Slough is whitish yellow. It's a semi-liquid. Right there, right? Want another picture of it? Nobody feels that? All right. And it needs to be removed from the wound before the wound can really heal, right? Because all it is dead tissue that is starting to break down and liquefy. You're welcome. Okay? But it has to be removed. We usually remove it with dressings, liquids, liquid cleaners. Eschar is dead tissue. It's dead, or it's dark, or it's black. We call it necrotic, right? It's dead tissue. This has to be removed surgically, typically through a debridement. And I'll talk about a debridement here in a second. Unless it's on toes and heels. If you have eschar or necrosis on heels and toes, that's your body's way of protecting those areas, and we don't debride them. Chances are you'll lose your toe before we debride it though. Exudate. We will talk about exudate next week. Multiple types of exudate, but all it is fluid that comes from the wound. There's serous, sanguinous, purulent. Again, we'll talk about them next week. But we always need to look at what kind of drainage is coming from the wound, the color of the drainage, the amount of drainage, and does it smell? You will never catch me being a wound nurse. Ain't gonna happen. Nope. No way. Masks are great. If you ever have to change a pretty decent wound, like take a mask, get some toothpaste, rub it in the inside of your mask. I'm wearing this for you, not me. Right? You put it on and you're like, it's fresh. Just make sure you wipe the toothpaste off your nose before you're done. Okay? But I'm not a wound nurse. Not gonna happen. Alright, so how do we prevent and treat pressure ulcers? So we focus on reducing all of those risk factors. Okay, we've talked about them. You need to know what the risk factors are. So we prevent risk factors, and we prevent forces that contribute to the development of ulcers. Anybody want to tell me what those risk factors are? Do you remember? Okay. These are all of those risk factors. You need to know how these contribute to skin alteration and skin breakdown. Yeah? Okay. So how do we prevent them? So here are some things that we do to relieve pressure. Okay? Relieve pressure. We turn our patient at least a minimum of every 2 hours. This is evidence-based practice. Okay? we want to do the least or the minimum that is required, but is the most effective for our patient. Every 2 hours has found to be the minimum, but the most effective in preventing skin breakdown. A patient doesn't want to be turned every 15 minutes, right? You don't want to turn a patient every 15 minutes, but they need to be turned every 2 hours, okay? Over to the left side, on their back, over to the right side, padded appropriately each time you turn them. Your patients can refuse this. They can refuse to be turned. I have had patients straight up tell me, leave me alone and get out of my room. Okay, right? So I chart. Patient refuses turn. But I need to educate my patient so that they know why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? If you have an uncooperative patient, it's not because they're uncooperative most of the time. It's just because they're uninformed. They don't know why you're doing what you're doing. I'm turning you every 2 hours so that you do not get a pressure ulcer, right? You're at risk for skin breakdown. This is why we're turning you. This is why we're getting you up. This is why we're moving you. This is why we're patting you. This is why we're putting these things on, to protect you, right? So before you just say that they're mad and they're angry and they're like cantankerous, educate them. And then once they're educated and they're still cantankerous and angry and agitated and mad, then patient refuses turn, right? But educate them first and document that you educated them before you just say patient refuses. Padding. So we can pad those bony prominences. Yes. Still have to turn the patient. Unless you have a physician's order to leave your patient alone during the hours of 10 and 2 or 10 and 6, you are in every 2 hours turning your patient. So then that affects sleep, right? I don't know about you guys, I'm not a very happy person if I don't sleep. Several nights in a row, not such a great person, right? But we have to do it. So padding, pillows, so putting pillows between the knees when you turn them onto their side and between the heels. I've had my people, like, good luck finding a pillow when I work, right? Because I have them all, okay? But you pad those elbows, you pad, again, that nasal tubing, you pad the nasal bridge for that CPAP, pad, pad, pad. Anything that's a skin breakdown. Support surfaces. So this is why we want it to be wrinkle-free with our patients' beds, right? Straighten out their linens. Remake their beds. Don't know how often you all wash your sheets, but doesn't it feel good to be in a nice, freshly made bed? If I can have somebody change my sheets every day, it'd be great, right? Love that feeling. So make sure you have a wrinkle-free environment. Smooth things out. If they lay on wrinkles, again, it's just areas for that skin to sit and its pressure. We can put on different types of mattresses. So we can put on like a waffle mattress that blows up. We can put them on special mattresses that will actually increase and decrease pressure, and it will constantly move and alleviate pressure in areas, and in some areas and in different areas, but it constantly inflates and deflates. So we can put them on that if we need to. Massage. Massage, I've never seen it. There's mixed evidence on massage. I just know that the goal of it, or the thought behind massaging an area, is to increase circulation. Okay? However, it's contraindicated, so we don't do it in areas that are already compromised. Right, so if you already have an area that's inflamed and has tissue damage, and you've damaged the vessels, we're not going to massage that area. It is great for you and I to go get a massage, right? Rub all those knots, move that blood supply around, release those toxins for healthy people. We don't massage unhealthy areas, though. Positioning the beds. So when we position our patients, the optimum place to put them is at 30 degrees. And when we talk about skin breakdown, it's 30 degrees or less. Because as you increase the head of the bed, what are you increasing? Pressure, friction, shear, gravity, right? And things will start to slide across that bed. So the optimal is 30 degrees or less. We want to position them off of wires, off of tubes, and position them for comfort, right? Ask your patient if they're comfortable after you move them. So again, if you think about somebody who doesn't effectively communicate with you, that's kind of going to be hard, right? But you can look at a person's face and you can judge their body movements and tell whether or not they're comfortable or not, right? So ask them if they're comfortable after you position them. We want to prevent moisture, so strategies to keep skin dry. So we're going to change incontinent pads frequently. We're going to use highly absorbent padding for people who are incontinent.